This conference will now be recorded.
Hello students, I'm Dr. Divya on behalf of TeenEinstein. So in the 9th chapter, this is the second class. So strategies for enhancement in food production. In this chapter, this is the second class. The part 2 in this, how we are enhancing food production. That's what we are going to learn. So in the whole chapter, we are mentioning about different methods or different practices for enhancing the food production. For enhancing the food production, several new technologies or new biological processes, biological technologies, techniques are used. So in this chapter, we are mainly discussing with animal husbandry and plant breeding techniques. We learned about management of farm and farm animals. And in the last class, we were discussing about different types of farm managements like dairy farm management, poultry farm management, animal breeding. Then in animal breeding, that mainly the aim of that animal breeding, it is just increasing the yield of the product. Animals, or they are trying to improve the quality of the products. So for that, we give an example of Jersey. Jersey means a cow breed. That is a cow breed which is having rich butter fat content in the milk. So the butter fat content in the milk of Jersey is very high. So in that we have learned about inbreeding, outbreeding and all. What is inbreeding, what is outbreeding, everything we have learned. And outbreeding. Outbreeding is a different types. There are different types of outbreeding. Like outcrossing we learned, then crossbreeding and then we learned about interspecific hybridization between two species. Hybridization between two species. They are of the same type but different species. Okay, so these many topics we discussed in last class. So today we are going to discuss about controlled breeding experiments. Okay, controlled breeding experiment means that is carried out by using artificial insemination. Okay. So controlled breeding experiments are carried out using artificial insemination. Insemination, it is done artificially. There's artificial insemination. So how it is done, or what do you mean by artificial insemination? What you can understand from that? In artificial insemination method, semen is collected from the selected male parent. Okay, so from the male parent, selected male parent, how we will select the male parent? First, we need to select the male parent and female parent for this. Okay, so on what basis you are going to select this male and female parent? Because there is some kind of desired character in the male parent and female parent. Based on that, like some plus compared to the other animals, like in cow, just now we said in Jersey, what trait or what character they brought newly from compared to other cows? They brought rich butter fat content in the milk, right? How they increased with that content, or how they brought that trait into that Jersey? Because they got a male, they chose one, the choosing of the male and female parent. That is the main point or important task in this breeding. So they are selecting based on the character. The male parent and female parent they are selecting and mating us done. So first we need to select the male and female parent with desired characters. Then the semen is collected from the male, and that semen it is injected to the reproductive tract of the female parent which they have selected. They will select the male parent and female parent. The female parent will be having some kind of qualities or some kind of traits, good traits, and the male parent will be having some other good traits. So how they will bring that good traits from the male parent to the female parent? They will collect the semen from the male parent, which is chosen based on the character, and then they will collect the semen, and that semen is collected and then it is injected to the reproductive tract of the female parent which they have selected. Okay, so the semen which is collected from the male parent, that can be used immediately. Okay, we can use it immediately or we can keep in frozen condition and later also it can be used. So the semen which is collected from male parent, that can be used immediately or that can be kept in a frozen condition for later usage. Okay, then the frozen form, in that frozen form, that can be taken from one place to another place. In case that animal, female parent or female animal is housed, in that case we need to take this collected semen from one place to another place for injecting into the reproductive tract, right? So for that purpose, they are keeping it in a frozen form. Got it? So that makes mating with desired characters. Okay, so that makes mating is with desired characters. Which character you want to bring into a new breed? So based on that, the male and female parents are chosen. Based on that, the characters, they are bringing a new breed, new one, a new individual. Like after fusing that egg and sperm, both qualities or both characters or both traits will get united in the new organism. Okay. So the semen is collected from the male. The semen is collected from the male and that is chosen as the parent. And then it is injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female by the breeder. So the male, from the male, the semen is collected. The male will be having the desired character and that semen is collected and then it is injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female. Okay, then that semen, that can be used immediately or that can be frozen and it can be used later also. Okay, then in the frozen form, that can be carried from one place to another place in the case of the female which is housed. Okay, if the female is housed, the frozen form of that semen, it can be carried from one place to another place. So in this way, we can make a desirable mating. Okay, then artificial insemination, that helps to overcome several problems of normal mating. So this, in normal mating, there is a chance up to some percentage for that successful mating. Okay, but in the case of artificial insemination, that helps to overcome several problems of normal mating. Okay, next is so just now we said artificial insemination, that can be done for desired breed or with desired trait, that mating can be done. But in this crossing, successful rate or success rate is very low. Successful cases are low. Compared to the number of mating, the rate of success, that is very low. So for the successful production of hybrids, we need some other methods, right? So what are the other methods? Multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. Okay, multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. MOET. What is that? Multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. This is one program which we are using in animal husbandry. This is an animal husbandry technique for the improvement of successful production of hybrids. Because in normal, with the desired crossing or the in that selection, the success rate is very low. So for the successful production of hybrids, different methods, different new technologies we need to apply for the production of hybrids. So multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology is such a program which is used for the improvement in animal husbandry method. This is used for the improvement in the production of hybrids. So how this multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology is done? So for example, in cow, it's done this multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. Just read this, multiple ovulation. So ovules or ovulation, there is a multiple ovulation. Okay, so from this itself, it's clear multiple ovulation is done there. That means in cow, that gets hormones. These hormones, which is working like follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone activity. So what it will do, what this follicle stimulating hormone or FSH like activity, what is the activity of FSH actually? Follicle stimulating hormone, what it will do? Follicle stimulating hormone that is having a very important role in the sexual reproduction or sexual development and functioning. So follicle stimulating hormone in female, this follicle stimulating hormone that helps follicle stimulating hormone. This FSH is very important in the development and functioning in sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, in that development and functioning, that should work in proper way and that should develop, the development and functioning that should happen in a proper way. So for that, follicle stimulating hormone is having very important role. How it will work? In female, this follicle stimulating hormone that helps to control the menstrual cycle. So follicle, in normal cases, this follicle stimulating hormone helps to control menstrual cycle or ovulation. Okay, so menstrual cycle, and that stimulates the growth of eggs in ovaries. Okay, this emphasis that stimulates the growth of eggs in ovary. Stimulates growth of eggs in ovary. So FSH is having very important role in ovulation, that will stimulate the growth of eggs in ovary. Okay, so just before the egg released by that ovary, so in ovary, egg will get released. So just before that egg released by that ovary, highest level of FSH is seen. Okay, so when that FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, will be high FSH is seen when just before egg release. Egg release. Okay, just before egg release, high FSH is seen. High FSH content, follicular stimulating hormone, that is stimulating the follicle, and that's how eggs are getting released during ovulation. So follicle stimulating hormone, it is having very important role in the sexual development and functioning. So the female, in the case of female, the follicle stimulating hormone helps to control the menstruation cycle, and that's how it is stimulating the growth of eggs in the ovaries. Got it? So here we can see in this method, we said FSH-like activity, that injection, that administered hormone means that the given hormone, what they will do, how it will work, it will do FSH-like activity. That means it will stimulate the follicle and it will release, it will help in the release of eggs. So that will induce the follicular maturation and superovulation. Instead of one egg, what it will do, that in a cycle, normally one egg is released, right? So instead of that, they produce 6 to 8 eggs. That is the difference. So here, with this technology, multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, in this, they will give a hormone. The cow is administered with a hormone. So that will do, that hormone will work in the same way how that follicle stimulating hormone is doing. So follicle stimulating hormone like activity that hormone will do. So what will happen if such activities are there, means that will induce the follicular maturation. Follicular maturation is getting induced with the help of that hormone, and superovulation. In a cycle, normal case, one egg is released. Instead of that, when that hormone is given, that normally in a cycle that will produce 6 to 8 eggs. That is stimulating the follicular maturation, and that will give 6 to 8 eggs per cycle instead of giving one. Okay. So that then that animal that is either mated with the elite bull or artificially insemination will be done. Yeah. So after this FSH-like activity or hormonal injection or something, after that, that animal is either it is mated with elite bull or artificial insemination will be done. Okay, egg release, then insemination is also done. Then both will, that egg and semen, from that fertilization will take place. Then that fertilized egg, after fertilization, we have learned about different stages of fertilization. In that 8 to 32 cell stage, different stages will come, right? So in that 8 to 32 cell stage, they are recovered non-surgically, and then it is transferred to surrogate mother. Okay. So multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. What is that? First, multiple ovulation. First, this part is done, multiple ovulation. Instead of one egg per cycle, that cow that is getting induced with some hormone to stimulate the follicular or follicle stimulating hormone, like something will be given, so that it will get induced, and instead of giving single egg per cycle, that will produce 6 to 8 eggs. Then after this, that animal, either it will be mated with elite bull or artificial insemination is done. Then egg plus semen, right? That their fertilization will take place. Fertilization is taking place. So in that, after fertilization, you can see 8 to 32 cell stage. And this will be, then next step is, from here first ovulation over. Next is embryo transfer. Now that embryo is formed, it is in 8 to 32 cell stage. Then that embryo is removed. That will be non-surgically recovered, and then it is transferred to surrogate mother. Then it will be transferred to surrogate mother, because that cow that will be having some kind of mating problem. So in such cases, to overcome that situation, that embryo in 8 to 32 cell stage, it is transferred into the surrogate mother, which is ready for that period. Okay. Then The genetic mother is available for another round of superovulation. So like this, the genetic mother, actual mother, like where mating is done, that mother that is ready for another round of superovulation. Again, like this, follicular stimulating hormones will be given, then that follicles will get stimulated and superovulation will be done. Like again, they will produce 6 to 8 eggs and again insemination will be done, that fertilization will take place. Like this, from the genetic mother, surrogate's mother can receive this fertilized embryos. Got it? So that's how we can increase the production, or somehow we can manage the mating problems of this animal. So that is an applied technology in animal husbandry. Next one is, sorry, so what we need to tell, that this is demonstrated for cattle. This technology is done in cattle, then sheep, rabbit, buffaloes, mares and all. Okay, then like for what they did actually, these technologies and all, where they will apply for high milk yielding, for high milk yielding breeds of female and high quality meat yielding bulls. Okay, for high milk yield, then high quality meat. Okay, in bull, this is in cow, and for bull, for high quality meat. Okay, so within short period, they can induce, can develop these characters. They can make a new breed with the help of this kind of technologies. Okay, next one is beekeeping. Now we have learned about this in cattle, how they will, cattle and how they will apply this technology. Right. So next in bee, for beekeeping, how new technologies they are applying, or what and all they will do, or what is that beekeeping. So beekeeping or apiculture, beekeeping or apiculture. Okay, apiculture or beekeeping. Beekeeping is also called as apiculture. Apiculture, that means the maintenance of hive of honeybees. For what? For the production of honey. So for the production of honey, they are maintaining the hive of honeybees with good quality honey. They, through this, they can maintain the quality of honey. So honey, you know that honey, it is a nutritive food, or it is having high nutritive content, and that is a main part in so many medicines, right? It is very important in medicine also. And honey is very nutritive, highly nutritive food. It is having high nutritive value. Then this honeybee, you know that honeybee that also produces beeswax. So that is used in industries like cosmetics, then polishes and all. Okay, it is used in industry. Industrial usages are there. With beeswax, what and all they can make cosmetics, in cosmetics and polishes. They can use this beeswax. So honeybee, that is mainly for the production of honey, and that honeybee produces beeswax that can be useful in the cosmetics and polishes, right? So honeybee food, you know that honeybee that will produce honey, and that honey is having very high nutritive value. The nutrient content in honey is very high, and that is very important in medicinal industry also. In pharma side also, honey is having very high demand. So this demand for honey, it is very high. So increased demand of this honey that made people to start this beekeeping as a business, or that became a main business, beekeeping. So in different areas they are practicing, or these practices are given, or this training is given to people. And nowadays small scale business people are doing, and they are generating very good income from this industry. Okay, so this increased demand of honey, that led to large scale beekeeping practices. So that made people got an idea how it is done, and how this can be done, and how they can generate income from this. So they have started this as a business. So that in this generating an industrial usage, and how it is making high demand, or how it is getting high demand in pharma industry. Based on all these things, people started business in large scale business they started. And you know one thing, there are several species of honeybees, and that trading can be done. In this, most common one which we are using is Apis indica. This is the most common one, Apis indica. This is the common one. Okay. Then this beekeeping that can be done in fruit orchards, we can do. Then among cultivated crops we can keep this. So wherever, it's very easy. So people started that as a business. Then compared to other works like beekeeping, it is comparatively easy, because there's no need of special arrangements and all, and some specialized knowledge and training. That is the main thing in this. So training is given by several institutes in this beekeeping. So people can easily generate money through this. And there are some important points for successful beekeeping. What are all the points? Let's see. Knowledge of the nature and the habits of bee. We should know the habits of bee and knowledge of the nature. That is very important. Then selection of suitable location for keeping the beehive. First, we should find out location. Perfect location for keeping this beehive. Then catching and hiving of swarms, means group of bees. First we need to find out the location for keeping the beehive. Then catching and hiving of swarms or group of bees. Then management of beehive during different seasons. During different season, how to manage this beehive. That is another point which we need to know down. Then handling and collection of honey and of beeswax. How to handle, how to collect this honey and how to handle this, and this beeswax also. How to handle all those things, how to collect it. These are the main things we need to learn. So what and all we should have an idea about this while doing this beekeeping. What and all points we need to remember? Knowledge of the nature and habits of bee. Then selection of suitable location for keeping the beehive. Where to keep this beehive? Selection of location. That is very, very important. Then catching and hiving of swarms or group of bees. How to catch this and how to hive this group of bees. The management of beehives during different seasons. During different season, how to manage this beehive. We need to know that also. Then handling and collection of honey and beeswax. How to collect this honey and beeswax, how to collect and how to handle this until reaching the market, how to handle. All the steps we should have a thorough idea. So you know that bees are mainly, they are the pollinators for several crops. Like, apple, pear, then sunflower, all these, such kind of things and all. In such crops, bees are working as pollinators. And you know that in bees, you can see drone, queen, and worker. Right? Bees, drone, queen, and worker. So you should know which and all types are there, and for which and all crops it is working as pollinator, and which location you should keep, and how to catch this, how to hide these bees, then how to manage this, or how to collect honey, and how to handle this beeswax and all. So keeping this beehive, where to keep this? In crop fields, you need to keep during flowering period, and that increases. If you are keeping the beehive in the field during flowering period, that will increase the pollination efficiency. Okay, the pollination efficiency will get increased, and that improves the yield also. Here honey also will get increased, or the yield, honey yield also will get increased, and the pollination also will get increased. So the crop yield and honey yield, in both cases it will work out. It will show beneficial changes, right? Then next is fisheries. Fisheries means, in this is the industry which is devoted to catching, processing, or selling fish, then shellfish or other aquatic animals. So the fisheries means catching and processing of fish, shellfish, and other aquatic animals. Okay. So you can see a large population, population that they are depending on this fish. See here you can see these people, they are mainly depending on fish for their income, or their main income is this fisheries, or this industry. This is the main income. In a large number of people, they are depending upon this fish, right, for their income. So they are cultivating, or the aquatic animals like prawns, crabs, lobster, edible lobster, like they are cultivating all these things, fish products, then other aquatic animals, for all these. Then some of the freshwater fishes. Name the freshwater fishes. Note down these questions, these points. The freshwater fishes, katla, rohu, and common carp. These are freshwater fishes. Then hilsa, sardine, mackerel, and pomfret. These are all marine. These are marine, freshwater, katla, rohu, and common carp. These are freshwater. Freshwater. Okay. So large population, it is depending upon this fish. Then fish products they used to make, and other aquatic animals products also. So mainly, so many people are depending upon, or they are working in this industry, fisheries. So fisheries, that is having a very important place in Indian economy. Okay, fisheries, it is very important in Indian economy, and that provides income. That provides income and employment for so many people. Like they are working as fishermen, then farmers, that particularly in coastal area you can see this. So for many people, that is a source of income. So the increase in demand of these products, fish and that products. So different techniques they are employing for this culture, pisciculture, and they are able to increase the yield, increase the production of this aquatic plants and animals. They are producing different technologies have been applied in this, and they are increasing the production of plants and animals, aquatic plants and animals, both freshwater forms and marine forms. They are increasing. Then aquaculture means all aquatic forms they are culturing. Pisciculture means that is culturing of fish, and lot of income farmers are generating with the help of these things and all. And you can see some freshwater fishes, which are the common freshwater forms: katla, rohu, then common carp. Marine forms, important marine forms, important marine forms are hilsa, sardine, mackerel, and pomfret. Okay. Next, green revolution. Next, we are going to talk about plant breeding. So what is plant breeding? Up to this, animal husbandry, we were discussing about animal husbandry. Next, we are moving to plant side. There, what and all technologies they are applying. Let's see. So plant breeding. Next is moving to plant breeding. So plant breeding, you know that population is increasing. So to meet that food requirement, we need to apply several technologies in the case of plants also, right? Then so many better practices, better management practices we need to include. And for what we are doing all these things? To increase the production and increase the yield. But up to a limited extent only we can do this. So plant breeding as a technology, we are taking the help of this plant breeding to increase the yield. From the normal level, we need high yielding plants because day by day the demand for food, it is increasing. So to increase the yield, we need to take the help of plant breeding. Okay. So what is green revolution? That is responsible, or the green revolution which was responsible for our country to not merely meet the national requirement in food production. So green revolution was dependent to a large extent on plant breeding techniques for the development of high yielding and disease resistant varieties in wheat, rice, and maize. Okay. Next, so what does plant breeding actually? Plant breeding means it is the manipulation or changing the plants to create better yield and to get a desired plant product or plant type. Okay. So plant breeding, that is a purposeful manipulation of plant species. Normally, one plant will be small with okay. So in normal case, one plant will be small. And this is having like so think about pea plant. So this is having peas like this. So many are there. But this is very small plant. So there is a limit. Number of peas are more. But this is having some kind of disease. During winter season, some kind of disease will come and that won't be able to tolerate and it will die. That means this plant is not disease resistant. Disease resistant. This is susceptible to that disease. That means what you can understand from this, it is having capacity to produce more number of peas. But it is the problem is the wrong thing in this, or the problem with this plant is it is not able to withstand the diseased condition, right? That don't have the disease resistant capacity. And another plant, the same type, another pea plant, it will produce very less number of peas. But see here, only per plant you will get 2 or 3, things like that, 2 or 3. But here, instead of that, here you are getting 30. Here you are getting 2 or 3. But this plant, whatever disease comes, nothing will happen to this plant. It will give that 2. In normal case, that is giving 2 peas. In this condition also, in disease condition also, it is giving and it is not dying. That plant is not at all dying. That is able to withstand the diseased condition. Okay. So in this, you are getting one good trait. In plant A, you are getting a good trait. In plant B also, you are getting a good trait. Here, the plus point is, here you are getting number of peas which is produced, it is more. But in plant B, you are getting only 2 peas, but the plant is having disease resistant capacity. Okay, disease resistant character. So you need to join these 2 characters. Got it? So for that, plant breeding is helping. Here you can see disease resistant with good yield. Got it? So the plant breeding is a purposeful manipulation. From the normal character, we are manipulating and making a new type of that plant. So manipulation of plant species in order to create desired plant type. So we need more number of peas with disease resistant. A plant with more number of peas plus disease resistance, right? So we need such type of plant. So for that, we are manipulating, we are creating a new plant from the, or by joining different traits. Okay. So the recorded evidence of plant breeding that dates back 9,000 to 11,000 years ago. Then from domesticated varieties, mainly all the major crops, they are derived from a domesticated varieties. Okay. Then classical plant breeding involves crossing or hybridization of pure lines. Pure lines means with stabilized characters in homozygous condition. Then artificial selection is done to produce plants with desirable traits of higher yield, nutrition, and resistance to disease. So the main points which we are concentrating, or main qualities or characters which we are concentrating are, they are yield, nutrition, and disease resistance. If all these 3 are combining means, that will be a good product or good plant variety, right? If without disease, that can give maximum yield, and nutrition, if nutritional value is high means that will get selected. Then with the advancement in genetic and molecular biology and tissue culture, plant breeding is now increasingly being carried out by using molecular genetic tools. By molecular genetic tools, we can manipulate in the genetic condition. We can do manipulations and we can do advancement in the character. In genetic level itself, we can do any advancement, and that's like that we can produce new plant varieties with desired traits like good yield, nutrition, and disease resistance. Okay. Then so first, what breeders will do, which and all the characters they will concentrate. So it's very common. If we are doing some plant breeding techniques, first breeders will concentrate in the yield and quality, right? These are the main thing we need to concentrate. We are trying to increase the crop yield and the quality also. We should get an improved quality, right? So first, increased tolerance to environmental stress. Like nowadays in changed climate, or based on climate. Making varieties means it's not so easy. So we need to get a moderate variety which is acceptable to the saline condition and extreme temperature, then drought. See, water is very less. So we need a drought tolerant variety. Then in saline condition also, if that is giving yield means that is very good. So salinity, temperature, high temperature tolerance. We need all this tolerance level. We need to increase. That means environmental stress against the tolerance